We're educative, we're entertaining. Information is power. We'll give you the best when it comes to music. We'll give you the best when it comes to news, current affairs, and sport. We are the best. Carnival Radio, Carnival Radio, Carnival Radio. We are the best. Carnival Radio, enjoyment unlimited.
Good evening. This is World News from Carnival Radio. I am Oluwadamilare Badmos. To begin the news this evening, we start from Africa. Tanzania's main opposition party has said hundreds of people have been killed in 3 days of protest following Wednesday's general election as an internet shutdown remains in place. News reports that a rough calculation of 500 to 700 people have died in clashes with security forces. The communications blackout has made it hard to verify reports. Demonstrations have been taking place in major cities with young protesters denouncing the vote as unfair, as key opposition figures were barred from running against President Samia Suluhu Hassan. Protests have continued on Friday in the main city as demonstrators defied warning from the country's army chief to end the unrest. The government has sought to play down the scale of the violence, and the authorities have extended a curfew in a bid to quell the unrest. Moving forward to North America, President Donald Trump has called on Republicans in the U.S. Senate to scrap the filibuster rule in a bid to end the ongoing government shutdown, now entering its 30th day. The filibuster is a long-standing Senate rule that requires 60 of the 100 members to approve most legislation with 53 to 47 majority. Removing the rule would allow Republicans to pass a funding bill without Democratic support. The shutdown, which began on the October 1st, has left millions of Americans facing the loss of essential services. If it continues into the weekend, more than 40 million people could lose access to the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program (SNAP), which provide food aid to low-income households. In South America, at least 19 people have died in Jamaica as a result of Hurricane Melissa. The hurricane, one of the most powerful to strike the Caribbean, also killed at least 30 people in Haiti. News report. Residents of town in western Jamaica report on Thursday that words cannot explain how devastating the storm has been for the country. Electricity remained out of the most of the island, and as people try to safeguard damaged homes and belongings from flood, water and mud. Many thousands are growing increasingly desperate of AIDS. Part of the country have been without water for several days and food is growing increasingly scarce. Moving forward to Europe, President Vladimir Putin announced Russia had tested a new weapon, Poseidon, a nuclear-powered nuclear cable underwater drone that can be fired like a torpedo and which is said could put entire states out of operations. Putin's claims came only days after the announcement that Moscow had conducted a test of its unlimited range Bolshevik nuclear powered cruise missile. Putin says of the Bolshevik as a unique product unmatched in the world, noting that the missile is as new and that they are yet to identify what is it or what class of weapon is to belong. In Asia, the Japanese government planned to recruit hunters to cool bears as anxiety grew in the country over a sharp rise in bear attacks. It was said on Thursday that funds would be set to hire licensed hunter and other personnel to tackle bears that have been wandering into residential areas and attacking people. The move is among measures proposed on Thursday after the country held a high-level meeting to address the country's growing bear problem. 12 people have died in bear attack this year, the highest the highest country has recorded since it started tracking cases in 2000s. In Australia, a former Australian politician convicted of sexual abusing two young men he met through work has been sentenced to 5 years and 9 months in jail. Greg Ward, 44, has been imprisoned since July after a jury found him guilty of raping one man and indecently assaulting another in separate incidents in 2013 and 2015. Ward represented the coastal town of Kiama in the New South Wales Parliament from 2011. He resigned as a Liberia Party minister when the claims emerged in 2021, but refused to quit Parliament and was re-elected in 2023. Ward's disability of legal blindness was considered in her sentence and found no other penalty other than imprisonment is appropriate. News reports that Ward will serve at least 3 years and 9 months in prison before he can reapply. And with that, we've come to the end of Carnival Radio World News this evening. You can check out our website at www.carnivalmedia.ng. You can also download the Carnival Media app on Google Play Store and the iOS App Store. The news was packaged by Oluwulagba Damilola. I am Oluwadamilare Badmus. Thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good evening.